So 30 days ago, I started a content creation challenge. I'm on a 100-day challenge to build my AI business in public. So basically what that means is every single day I'm posting something about AI, and I've learned a lot in this period. I've had some of my videos get less than 10 views. Some of my shorts get more than 1,000 views. So there's been a lot of up and down. And I'm going to be talking you through that in this video. So let's go. So what started this off was this video by Sabrina Romanov.
If you're not making money with AI yet, you're probably on the wrong path, and it has nothing to do with which tools you use or how technical you are. It has everything to do with which of the two paths you pick. So
basically in this video, she's going through the different ways that you could make money with AI, and she challenged people to go on a content creation challenge where they would post each and every day on artificial intelligence. And she actually has created so many videos where she walks us through how to actually do that. So I subscribe to Sabrina's YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, wherever she is, and I hear this message over and over again that to do content creation, it doesn't cost you anything because you just need your phone and just say what you've learned. So I challenged myself to do that, and I've been doing that for the last 30 days. Now, so I'm a mom, I work full-time, I've got 2 kids here at home, and so I'm busy. There's lots to do, but I really wanted to build this business for myself. And so that's why I went on this challenge, because I've tried other things before. I've tried Etsy. I've tried print on demand on Etsy. I've tried selling digital products. I've been on TikTok and tried, marketing my Etsy business through there. But I haven't seen real financial success doing that. So I thought, I've got nothing to lose. That's why I've gone on this challenge. The other thing is, I really believe in the power of doing something daily and being accountable about it. So what I did last year, I had a big birthday coming up this year. So I wanted to be a size 12 for my birthday. And so I challenged myself at the beginning of 2025 to walk 10,000 steps a day for weight loss. And I tell you, I was scared at first, but what I decided to do was to post about my walking on TikTok. So for 30 days, I recorded what I had done in terms of meeting my 10,000 step goal. And I posted about it on TikTok each and every day. Of course, I thought I would grow a TikTok channel and be so successful as a mom who was walking and had achieved great results. But my channel still has less than 100 followers on TikTok. But I did achieve my goal of being a size 12 in 2026. So yeah, a win is a win. So I've been posting mainly on YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel called No Collar AI, and I also post on LinkedIn. So what I've been doing for these first 30 days is posting every day on YouTube. So mainly I do shorts every single day and then one long form video a week. And then I've been posting on LinkedIn. So I'd already been on LinkedIn because my background is as a business analyst. So I've been working in this space for over 15 years, where I've been working on different IT related projects. And so artificial intelligence fits in really well with my experience. So I've been using and talking about artificial intelligence on LinkedIn for about a year, and I've been running my YouTube channel also for about a year. So for this challenge, I've been posting for these 30 days. I've been posting on YouTube every single day, and I've been posting 3 to 4 times a week on LinkedIn. I've got a TikTok account and Instagram, Facebook accounts warmed up. I opened them, but for this first month, I just really wanted to concentrate on one channel and get really good at it and get some systems in place before repurposing to other social media channels. So here are 5 lessons I've learned over the last 30 days. Number 1, consistency gets better when you build systems. So what I noticed when I first started, I was just posting every single day. I was trying to post something. But when I started to have a system in place, like I spend some time watching videos on whether it's YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. And then I actually write down my plan, what I want to do for that week, what sort of things I want to talk about or think about, what sort of AI tools I've been learning about, and then I batch create some content. Even if it's some really short ones, like 15-second videos, 30-second, whatever, even if it's really short, but batch creating them. The other thing I've been doing is just taking some lifestyle videos. So recording myself working or recording myself drinking a cup of tea, just those videos. I can use them and just put text on top. So what I've been doing is, say in the morning, just before I go to work, when I have my morning coffee, I'll just take a 10-second video. Or when I'm reading a book, I'll just take a 10-second video and have those ready to go and just put text on screen and post those as YouTube shorts. Actually, those have been doing really well for me on YouTube so far. The other thing that I've been doing is, after I started posting and I kind of had some regular posting happening. After I'd posting for a bit, I really wanted to record the behind the scenes. I really wanted to record how I was feeling each single day about the journey. So I went into ChatGPT and I said to ChatGPT, you know what? Every single night before I go to bed, I'll just tell you what I have achieved or what's been hard for me or what I'm happy about regarding this 100-day challenge. And then I asked ChatGPT to create a Substack post. So I opened a Substack account because, of course, Sabrina is on Substack. So she'd been talking about that as well. So I opened a Substack account. And so what I'll do each night, I will just use the voice feature on ChatGPT and just talk freely about how I've gone, what's been frustrating for me, and what I'm happy about, and so on. And then ChatGPT then records that as, day 20 or day 11. And then I have a post for Substack, and then I've asked ChatGPT to make a shorter post, which I then post on X, just to summarize how the day has been going. So at the end of these 100 days, I will really have some good content about how I was feeling as I was going through the 100-day challenge. And I believe that this will benefit someone. So continue to watch my journey so that you can see both what I'm posting and what was happening behind the scenes throughout this 100-day journey. So that's another system I've built, which will create some content that I can use in the future. And I'm already using this content also for a newsletter, which I'll be sending out each week to people who join my mailing list. So number 2, repurpose everything. So I guess I do have a TikTok and Instagram and Facebook accounts, but I haven't been posting to them yet. This is something that I intend to do now, coming into the second month of the 100-day challenge. But I've been getting good success in that the same ideas that I've been using on my YouTube shorts, I've been posting those also on LinkedIn. So I haven't been doing LinkedIn content that's separate to what I'm posting on YouTube. I've just been using ChatGPT to kind of change, say a video I've posted on YouTube, then thinking about it in terms of what that would mean to someone in the workplace or what that would mean to a small business. And then I've created posts for my LinkedIn. So I've been repurposing my content on YouTube and LinkedIn. And in the coming month, I will be repurposing that to TikTok, to Facebook, to Instagram. But I've also been taking, even though my Substack has been mainly about behind the scenes, but here and there I've been posting about just repurposing some of the images that I've been using elsewhere. So repurposing has really helped me. Number 3, study successful creators in your niche. So for me, it's been mainly Sabrina Romanov because I've been following her for some time. So I listen to her videos each and every day, and I take some examples from what she's posting. What is she talking about? How does she present herself, or how does she present her ideas? What sort of hooks is she using? And so these are the things that have been helping me quite a lot. Some of the people I follow on YouTube are Dan Mattel as well. So looking at what he's talking about and the sort of videos that he's also posting. Also Mav GPT, I found good use of some of the content that he posts as well, just learning about how to present myself or what sort of hooks to use or what sort of topics to talk about week on week. So that's been helping me a lot. Over on LinkedIn, I also follow, there's Ruben. I'll put a link here. He talks about artificial intelligence. He's such a big creator on LinkedIn. So I'm watching what he's doing each week, and I'm learning from that for my written content. Lesson number 4 for me would have to be treat YouTube like an experiment. I listened to one person on YouTube actually the other day, and she was saying, imagine your YouTube channel to be like a library. So if someone came to your library, how many books would they find in that library? Would they find 1 or 2 or many books? And she was saying when for someone to end up like binge watching your content, it means you've got quite a lot of content for them to watch. So it's creating the content and being consistent in just showing up on YouTube. And mainly for me, I've been trying to keep that cadence of posting every day, posting once a week, a long form content, so that I'm trying out different things. You know, Mr. Beast said, if you haven't posted 100 videos on YouTube, don't even start complaining. So I'm trying to continue to post so that I continue to learn. So each time I post, I look at my analytics and I try and look at what have I done wrong? What can I improve next time? And I'm trying to just improve by each and every video that I post. Lesson number 5. So the biggest thing that changed was not my channel. It was actually me. So I started off like second guessing myself. I started off by just going, you know what, if I quit now, no one will ever know. If I quit now, because I didn't tell like my family and friends that I'm doing this. It was just something I decided to do and decided to post about. So I thought, if I quit today on day 2, no one will ever know. People online will just think, oh, she gave up like everyone else. But then I really wanted to do this for myself and also to show my children one day that I stuck to something and I've got results for it. So I've really changed as a person in terms of my commitment to this, even thinking ahead about what I'm going to do. And I've found that ever since starting, I do not have problems with getting content. I used to think that posting on YouTube or posting in general was so hard because where would I get the content? But I tell you, I've got so many ideas each time I'm writing down what I'm thinking. Actually, what I've started doing, I've started using ChatGPT. So every time I come up with an idea, I've told ChatGPT that to create a YouTube vault for me. So basically, when I come up with an idea, I'll either just add a screenshot to a ChatGPT chat, or I will add a voice note about what I'm thinking, or I will add a link and some notes, and then I just call this my YouTube vault, my content vault. And then sometimes I'll just say to ChatGPT, hey, do you have any suggestions for what I can post about next week? Or what sort of content should I be preparing? What do you have in my vault? So that's one way I've just been using ChatGPT to help me out, because I used to end up with notes in my little notebook, notes on my phone, screenshots in my gallery, and sometimes I would forget things I wanted to work on, or saving stuff on YouTube, saving stuff on TikTok, Instagram. I had ideas all over the place. So since using ChatGPT as my vault, I've found that I've got my ideas in one place. So I've really changed in terms of like even how I view this journey. I view it as something that is going to make me better, because I am putting myself out there and I'm actually recording what's happening, and I can look back to this time, maybe next year, maybe in 5 years' time, 10 years' time. I can look back to this moment and appreciate what I have learned. So I hope you enjoyed this video, just taking you through my first month of the 100-day challenge. And I started off being so scared about each day, but now I'm looking forward to day 100. I'm looking forward to who I will become and to what my business will be. So keep watching, follow my journey here on YouTube, on LinkedIn. Just follow what I'm doing, and leave a like, follow, subscribe, whatever you have to do. Leave a comment. I'd really appreciate some suggestions, or some comments on how I can improve and how I can be better. But one thing I know is day 100, I will be here for it. So see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.